Hey guys, Kapper here, and it's November 8th, and I'm finally going hunting for the first time. It's been a long year. Really haven't been that motivated, but I kind of kicked myself and said I'm getting out there. So it took like 4 hours to get everything ready. But I got the electric, I commandeered it back from Mrs. Kapper. It's time for hunting, so I'm gonna hunt the hay bale blind unless the wind when I get out there is too far off. Then I'll find a plan B. But I just want to see some deer, just have a little fun, so let's go. Duck pond is still on my radar. It's still there. I'm gonna flood it either way. I just want to build the dam up just a little, and just yesterday I got Megatron back home. I mean, look at some of them. I mean, we got some millet, in there. There's some seed in there. So who knows? And here's the no rice pond. Not sure what I'm gonna do there. I don't know. Let's go hunting. Okay, so here's my setup in the new hay bale blind. I got all my gear tucked in the corner. It worked out perfectly. Just fantastic. I had plenty of room, and oh, here, look at the water drain. There was no water in here whatsoever. It was all fully drained out. And I had plenty of room for my bow. So I'm overlooking this food plot here that Mrs. Kapper did for me right at the end of the summer. And then, of course, this doe right here and many deer are going to be directly downwind. The wind wasn't the greatest, but it was directly downwind, and she knew something was up here. She was being suspicious for quite a while, but ultimately, all of the deer, probably like 8, 10, 11 deer ended up browsing downwind from me for quite some time, and I never got busted. Of course, up until the end when the buck showed up, which you guys are going to see here. So here I'm just kind of trying to tell you, I use an ozonics in the downwind side of the blind, but so far nothing had busted me downwind. And as the evening wore on, more and more deer came out downwind, but not one of them winded me, like I said, until the buck showed up here towards the very end of the evening. And then, as you could see, the deer started looking down into this brushy area quite a bit. So I figured there was something going on down there, but at first I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see any deer down there. I didn't see a coyote, didn't really see anything. There's my new LED light I had installed this summer. It's green and pretty dang bright. So that light was a little too bright, so I went and put some painter's tape on the top 2/3 of it, and it looks like that'll still be plenty. I mean, you don't need much light to get you by at night. Okay, so then a huge hawk, I didn't get any of this on film, but he came in and he caught a squirrel, and he was eating it in this tree, and you could see him moving right here. I'm going to put an arrow up here. You could see him moving just a little bit. He's eating the squirrel. There was a bunch of racket. I saw it fly in, and then another squirrel took off up the tree, barking at it, but he sat there for like at least 20 minutes or more eating that squirrel. Wish I could have got more on film for you. So then here's where the action's going to start here pretty soon. The deer, started rolling out. It was good to see the plan come together. This food plot is obviously getting hammered, And everyone kept looking down here, all these deer down to the south here. This is exactly downwind, by the way. Right where you're looking is downwind. And I saw a buck chasing these two doe around, and it was a good sized buck. And I'm pretty sure I know what deer it was. I call him Dagger because we have video from him either last year or the year before. So I know he's at least a 3-year-old, if not a 4-year-old. So then the deer really started piling out to where I had to really be careful. Although it was nice and dark, but you see them all look at me. You know, they all check out the blind quick. And there's probably at least 8 or 9 of them here, and half of them are directly downwind of me, or at least close downwind. And then here's where the action starts. I see Dagger, here he comes right here, chasing these two doe around. And I wish I could have got better film of him, but he is headed right our way because all of the deer in front of me now are looking at him. And the plan is working perfect because ultimately he's going to get bored of these two and he's going to start headed directly my way. So let's see what happens here.